All right, I'm starting the stream. Stream looks good. All right, we are into a game here. This is round number 1. This is SoloGhost Nomad tournament. So we have Swizfish 26 playing Alpo 4769. Swiz is playing as the Malians. They're in. Maybe I should change their colors here. Is that easy to do? I don't think I've ever changed anyone's color. I think I've done it by accident before. Maybe later I'll figure it out. But we have Swiz in the teal slash cyan, I guess. No, cyan blue. All right, forget me. And then we have Alpo playing in the blue. It's not too hard to tell them apart, actually. Alpo's playing as the Italian. Swizfish is playing as the Malians. This is the high elo, so this is supposed to be 1650 and up. Most players are actually closer to the up part of that. So Swiz is a 1811 elo right now, 1v1 ladder, and Alpo is the 1913 1v1 ladder. Now they're playing on Mired, so I have both of their like shared exploration. Let me change this to 1. Mired has all of these boar in the middle. This is what Alpo sees. This is what Swiz sees. So they have all these boar in the middle. You can lame your opponent by going over to their side and stealing theirs. So I'll keep it on both their POVs. They can't really see each other yet, though, as Swiz takes a boar under the TC here. So we should see some high-level play from these guys. This is the high elo round. I played in the low elo version of this tournament, and I lost my first game, my first set, but it was fun. I went against a pretty high player. Player was actually above me. I'm like 16 max. He was like 15, 1630. I don't know, something like that. But really cool sets, really cool maps. I like all these maps. Mired is probably my least favorite to play just because of all the boar shenanigans that happen on it. There's a lot of boar shenanigans going on, which is fine if that's what you're into. But for me, I'd rather not have to deal with it. Although these guys seem like they're not really laming each other's boars. Like, I don't know if this is just out of mutually assured destruction or if it's something else. But Malians and Italians are not necessarily my first thought on picks on this map. I'm not exactly sure what their bans were. The way that this is set up is you pick 2 maps, they pick 2 maps, and then there's one map that's picked at random, and there's one map that's not picked at all. And you get to choose your map if you lose. So, you know, maybe they're planning on using their civs for other things. Like Malians, they'll just drop off more gold, buildings are cheaper. They have good barracks units, like early on especially. They have good cav later on. So Malians are usually going to be going into infantry, typically. Italians can do a lot of different things. The reason why I said that I don't think they're good at this map is because Italians are really good on fishing maps, just because they have cheaper fishing ships, so they can get more out early, which gives you a big increase. They have cheap gunpowder. They have more armor on their archers. Like, they're really good civ overall. They can do a lot of different things. But I wouldn't think that they're like especially suited to this map. This map is to me like a Mongol map. They're really good. You know, I think that there's a lot of good cav civs that do really well on this map. But let's see what happens. Still not really seeing a lot of like laming. Like, these guys are just sticking to their own boars, and that's kind of it. Kind of friendly here. These little reed tree forest things are kind of tough to see sometimes. Like it's easy enough to see now, but in the game, like they can kind of blend in. You don't know where they start and where they stop and where they go into like the next one. And yeah, not a single lame. That's really unusual. Let's just check out their vision, see if they see each other. So Alpo can see Swiz. Swiz can see Alpo. So no real surprises. This map, pretty much everyone builds their TCs like the same exact way. Just like right near the I want to say coast, but I think it's more of a swamp than a coast. But yeah, pretty much everyone is building their TCs right around there between a couple of wood lines. Pretty good wood line for Alpo, actually. And Alpo with slightly less idle TC. Swiz has 13 seconds. I mean, these are high elos, so we should see pretty good builds from them. There shouldn't be a lot of mistakes. We have a mill back here as well for Swiz. I can change the color here. Let's make Swiz red. Make life a... There we go. Let's make Swiz red, just to make it a little bit more easy to see on the... a little easier on the eyes, you know? Feudal coming in for both of them. Pretty similar timings. Alpo will be up just slightly earlier. Is 2 Vils behind Swiz, though. And both going up at 19 and then 21 Vils. So I think we're going to see some feudal play here. 21 Vils is kind of a lot, to be honest. Like, usually you're going to go up a little faster than that. Especially on a map like this where you can get so much food. You can see their food up on top here. 300 for Swiz, 225 for Alpo right now. That they're hanging on to. Alpo trying to get a couple pop shots on that horse. Horses are really valuable for scouting on this map. Like, really, really valuable. And a barracks is up for Swiz. And a barracks now double archery ranges from Alpo. And they're forward, too. So we're going to see a lot of aggression here. And archery range on defense as well. And I wonder... Let me just check the vision here. I wonder if... he sees these archery ranges? No. He doesn't see these archery ranges, so... Swiz might be... I was thinking maybe they were going just defensively. Making some skirmishers, but they might actually be trying to go offensively. Are they on gold? They're not on gold, actually, so they're probably going more defensively. But double range is coming up. Swiz opting for both horse collar and double bit axe right off the rip. And now Swiz is going to find this. This is his scout. So he sees that as he queue up skirmishers. He's queuing up archers, actually. Is he on some other gold that I don't see? Oh, he's on gold right... Oh, okay. Right next to his TC. So kind of fortunate that there's gold right next to his TC. That's kind of unusual on this map. But double range archers. We do have some skirmishers already made, actually. Or in queue, I mean, not already made. And there's a gap over here. If Swiz got to that a little earlier, probably could be a little safer here, but that's okay. Let's see if they can adapt, see if they can adjust. And Alpo trying to get some damage here. Alpo with a minute of idle TC, not great. 48 seconds for Swiz, also not great, but... And, ooh, that's a 60 wood gone. And a Vil down, too. One archer killed, though. And Swiz is opting for fletching first. Oh, doesn't have loom. That's why that vill went down. So they just realized that the villager didn't have loom. And all of Alpo's archers in the base went down. Alpo's trying to run back and kind of regroup a little bit. It is producing out of 2 archery ranges, though. I want to see if Alpo has loom. Yeah, Alpo does have loom. Yes, was going up without loom. Might regret it. 2 villagers down for him. But they actually have the bigger archer mass with skirmishers. Even though they're only building out of 1. And Swiz is going forward with these, so that's pretty smart. It's high level play right there. These guys are the best of the best, you know? That's what the best of the best do. They walk right under the TC while the TC doesn't get garrisoned. What the heck? Oh, that's funny. And Alpo's in trouble. So these skirmishers got to the back here. Alpo's trying to get some damage on this side. A second archer range, I think that was, got denied. But Alpo has to move these villagers. These villagers definitely can lose 1. He's gonna get a tower up on defense. But those archers are pressuring that side. These archers are pressuring this side. And oh, that stinks. They were on stand ground, so 1 archer actually was able to kill 1 and almost kill another one. And these archers are going down. So both of them, I wouldn't say sloppy, but definitely getting kind of distracted, looking at different parts of the map. You know, having to defend and try to push at the same time definitely requires, you know, you have to not only be very quick to do that, but you also have to be like very disciplined and I guess like conscientious of like what side you're looking at and when, and attack stance and all those things. Like these villagers, these archers over here that got killed, I think they probably were on no attack stance because otherwise they would have responded when they got shot at. And this hole has been plugged, so you can only really be attacked from the front. And Alpo went on that woodland. There's a couple of skirmishers to defend this, though. And Swiz is like running out of places to take wood, it looks like. I mean, they're forcing up these lumber camps here. This is probably a better area. Maybe even just 1 tower over here would really protect them. Because these villagers, you had to build 2 lumber camps and kind of like run these villagers. A couple villagers went down over here. And Alpo's still queuing up archers. If you heard that beeping, that was my power going out. That's my battery backup that clicks on. My power came back on, though. It's been cutting on and off all day. Alright, so Swiz's villagers, I'm not villagers, Swiz's archers and skirmishers are moving forward. Alpo still has archers being massed up over here. Neither one really able to get like a very big archer mass. But Swiz does have the numbers right now. 39 vills at 39 vills. Each one of them have been keeping production going. Alpo with a little bit more idle TC. Almost 4 minutes versus a minute 23 for Swiz. But Alpo was able to kill 6 villagers. So if you're killing the villagers, you can afford to kind of forget to make a couple here and there. And Swiz getting some really, really solid villager kills here. Alpo with the 6 archers just kind of in those archery ranges. Alpo's going up to castle, so they're probably going to try to save those archers as long as they can. Running some vills away. And these vills can probably go somewhere to like be ready to build a second TC. So them running isn't like that costly. These archers are a little sloppy for Swiz. Swiz also clicked up to Castle Age about a minute and a half or so behind Alpo. I like this lumber camp right in between these two tree lines. That's cool, man. And Swiz getting as much value as they can. Alpo did build a lumber camp here, which, I mean, it's okay, I guess. You're probably going to build a town center anyway, so maybe just could have saved that 100 wood for the town center. I don't know where this villager's going. This villager's on the move. And Alpo's up. Not seeing any anything being researched or anything being built yet. Kind of weird. Swiz is going for getting bloodline, so they want to go into cavalry. And now University, instead of the town center first, University to get ballistics. Bodkin coming in. Let's see if Alpo gets ballistics right away. They've massed up 12 archers. I think they're still in the archer ranges. Yep, they're still in the archer for the Italians. So he has to save up a little bit for it. But the archers are moving forward. Trying to get some value here. Knights being massed up. Unfortunately, he's being ejected though. He's not collecting the knight inside of his stable. So that knight is going to get found out by these archers. Although these archers are not on patrol. Ballistics is coming in. Yeah, this could be really, really good depending on how these knights attack. And right now they're attacking one at a time, which you don't want to do. And Alpo with decent micro here. Not the best I've seen him, but decent micro. He's up on the hill. He's killing one knight at a time. Swiz is making a big mistake sending one knight out at a time, though. And I guarantee he knows that. But these archers are getting dwindled down. There's only 7 now. And there's actually not any more being massed up behind this. These archers here from Swiz are just kind of, being annoying. And yeah, and Alpo got pushed back by these skirmishers. The skirmishers did with the knights, even though the knights died, were able to push this back. And get some kills there. So I thought that was going to be a better engagement for Alpo, but the Swiz was ready with the elite skirmishers. Has some upgrades on them. And knights now. Economy's neck and neck, though. 46 vills each. Slightly better upgrades for Swiz. Swiz got horse collar really early. Alpo still hasn't gotten horse collar, so all of Alpo's farms are like, not as good as they could be. Put it that way. Two TCs. We have a third TC going up for Alpo. So Alpo backing off the aggression, going for more of an economic approach with the third TC. And I don't hate that from Alpo, actually. Like, Swiz has made a lot of skirmishers, made all those knights. So, like, they had a pretty big sort of, like, investment into defense. Now these archers coming in, they're trying to just get a couple villager kills if they can. Not going to be able to get any. But Alpo definitely is making a decision not to make any military right now. We'll see how it works out. And we have knights coming in. We have skirmishers and the leftover archers. And wheelbarrow coming in for Swiz. So Swiz is going to have a better economy. Has both lumber camp upgrades. Has wheelbarrow coming in. Has horse collar already. Like much better economic upgrades for Swiz, but is only on 2 TCs, and Alpo is on a 3rd TC. So Alpo has the villager lead already. And Swiz, even though Swiz is a little bit better on economy, they don't have that much military. You know, and not adding that 3rd TC until just right now they're placing it. They're going to be a little bit behind economically, but they do have the upgrades, so... If you look at res collected, Swiz actually is up about 1,000 res collected, almost 1,500 res collected right now. And actually a pretty lucky find there. Alpo was able to get a few kills because Swiz walked right under the TC by accident. Didn't know the TC was there, was just walking back there. Mangonels are going to pop out here. Let's see what happens. Forward castle for Swiz. This could be huge. Mangonels being stored inside the siege workshop. The villagers are moving forward, though, right now. Looks like we have 6 villagers maybe moving forward. Yeah, 6 villagers. And this is where making that economic approach might not work for Alpo. However, I mean, Alpo, like, this... I think this is going to range this TC. It will. It won't range this TC, though. And Alpo can see these villagers, but I don't think he can do anything to stop this castle right now. 9 crossbow, and they're all forward. They're all forward. You're not going to be able to get back in time. And I don't know what happened to that mangonel, but it's not there. It was inside. It must have popped out and then just died immediately. And that castle's going to go up. Alpo's going to get a castle of his own, so he's gonna be able to go castle for castle. And the vill count's fairly similar, 76, 71. No huge advantage there. I mean, it's a pretty tight game. Both players playing pretty strategically, not going too heavy into aggression or defense. Kind of feeling each other out a little bit. I don't know what was going on with these villagers. The villagers went to deny this castle, I think. I don't know what they were doing. Now they both have castles up. Vill count is the same. Alpo came in here to try to do some damage with these archers. I don't know if Alpo can continue with just archers here. Hasn't really been able to get like that big of a mass. We have Gebettos coming out. And the Gebettos are in this back castle here. I mean, I don't know how well Gebettos are going to do against archers, though. Like, I don't know why you'd really want Gebettos, but... let's see. I feel like archers would win against Gebettos, but I haven't really seen that too much. Still, the skirmishers on defense are doing a really good job. And we have Imp coming in for Swiz. Swiz is going to be first to Imp. Swiz is first to Imp. We're going to have a forward castle. All of Alpo's army keeps just dying. 0 army right now for Alpo. 2 TCs in the back here for Alpo. Okay. I mean, he's really leaning into the economics. The economies. The economy of economics. I mean, I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. Imp coming in for Alpo. I'm really curious if this if this is gonna work. I mean, having no army and adding 2 TCs just seems like a recipe for disaster, but I'm not as good as Alpo is, so maybe he knows something I don't. I was curious if Alpo's gonna just try to stick with archers. He's gonna make a change somewhere. Doesn't seem like it. Hasn't researched really anything else. And there was a bunch of Gabettos that were getting massed up in here, but now he canceled those and is building Trebs, which I like. Nothing out of the back castle here. And Alpo's got a minute 23 behind, so there's going to be at least, you know, 2 Trebs, basically, before he can get 1 Treb out. And I'm not even sure if you want to get Trebs out when you have no army. Alpo is making Genoese crossbow, which would be good against the knights. They'd probably be fine against the Gabetto. And Swiz getting handcart and iron casting. Handcart for Swiz. So there's been like a theme of Swiz always getting the economic upgrades. Like having less economy, but having better economy, if that makes any sense. Like Alpo doesn't even have wheelbarrow, doesn't have horse collar. Like Alpo's missing so much. Has just double bit axe. Doesn't have the next one, the saw, 2-man saw. Alpo's got some rams here, but the Gabettos should clear up the rams pretty darn good. Like I think Gabetto is just gonna destroy these rams. Yeah, 2 rams down. Yeah, Gabetto just eat those things alive. And Alpo's castle is down. Alpo is castle-less. These knights over here trying to deny chemistry, they won't be able to. Will look just like Cav Archers, the picture. So crossbow, some Genoese crossbow are out there. Arbalest is coming in. Arbalest should do pretty well, but I don't know if Alpo can mass it. And maybe these 2 town centers were because he knew he was going to lose these 2 town centers up front, so just wanted to replace them like ahead of time. That's probably what the reasoning is, like if you asked Alpo what the thought process was. But these villagers are super exposed. There's 40 villagers here. And yeah, Alpo has to build another university, and he calls it GG. There's really nothing he could do. Let me take you through some of these stats real quick. Really curious what the APM looks like. And we'll get into the next game. 20 APM for Alpo, 17 for Swiz on that one. All right, let me get into the next game real quick. Give me a second. All right, we got game 2 on Graup. I'm just changing Swiz to red. Here we go. Now, Graupel is a very tough map to play. I gotta say. It's, I think, one of the more difficult maps to play. Between the water, between the land, between the fishing, between the not fishing. Swiz, not even looking around, just gets the TC up immediately. I mean, not even on a wood line. Like, has no idea what's near them right here. Like, they just built it. Super close to the water. Alpo looked around a little bit longer and is going to get the TC down a little bit later. So, I'm not sure which approach is better. I personally like the look around approach, but house right next to the TC too. And then the dock is being placed. The I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what approach is better. I don't know. I've never seen anyone build a TC faster than Swiz just built that TC. In terms of just placing it without seeing anything. Like, they have no idea what's around them. And there's not, I mean, there's food, but like when you make a fishing dock, you want to get wood right away. So like this wood's not going to be efficient at all. He's going to have to build a lumber camp to get it anywhere efficient. So, and you only have 25 wood. So I think that was a mistake. I'm gonna go ahead and call that out as a mistake. I think you want to just walk around till you find a wood line and build it on the wood line. Because this dock is going to be useless. This dock is going to be totally useless. You have to get 50 wood just to build one fishing ship, but then really you need another 100 wood to build a lumber camp that you need. So what's the point of having the dock? Just build the lumber camp. There is one tree here, so I guess that's enough to at least get the lumber camp up. But Alpo is taking a little bit more of a traditional approach. I'd say a better approach of getting on the wood line there. Because you're on the wood line and you got the fishing here. Going for a boar right now. Alpo playing as the Bengalis. Swiz Fish playing as the Japanese. Bengalis have some water bonuses that I think could be effective here. Ships regenerating 15 HP per minute being the important one here. So I like that. It gives their units a little bit of strength. And then mills, lumber camps, and mining camps are 50% cheaper. So I guess that helps the Japanese there. So that's kind of something I forgot. So that could work. Obviously, their infantry attacks faster. Their fishing ships work faster in Dark Feudal, Castle Inn, Imperial Age, and they have more HP. So both good choices here. I like both those civs. And the lumber camp is up right now. It is cheaper. So I guess it's only 50 wood for the Japanese. But Alpo already has a fishing ship out, whereas Swiz does not. Swiz is not even queued one up yet. And Swiz queued up a fishing ship. Gets a boar. Finding boars on this map, very important. Swiz has another one pretty close. I don't see a third one, though. I just see that second one. And Alpo is taking one now. And they have another one, not that close, but not, like, that far. And I think that's it. That's all I really see. Yeah, it's really just those two. There's another one, like, up here. So they're each going to get 2 boars, it looks like, as long as they scout pretty well. Swiz look like they're going for the second one right now. Hey, Lame Chara. Yeah, I definitely like Bengalis here. I think Bengalis can be really strong. I think Bengalis on like hybrid maps are a really good civ. I think they're one of the best. And Res Collected is pretty neck and neck. Swiz started off a little bit higher and then got a little bit lower. They do have this like super close little fishing hole here. Looks like Alpo's trying to like, I don't know what he's trying to do. Deny the fishing somehow? I don't know. But we have Alpo with 5 fishing ships. Swish over here with 3 fishing ships. But they should be better at fishing because they do have fish in their name. Dude, this is, like, Alpo's really trying. This is try hard. This is so try hard. Blocking the dock. I love it. I love it. And Alpo stopped at 5 fishing ships. Swiz stopped at 3. So a little bit difference in investment. The Japanese, you know, again, get the fishing bonus, but it's only 5%. It's not like that much of a difference in Dark Age. And Alpo just being annoying, trying to block some of that. Yeah, it looks like Alpo never found this boar. That boar was pretty far away. That boar was pretty far away. So Alpo didn't get the boar. The only thing about this map is the fishing holes are super close to your TCs usually. So you can usually get away with, you know, not finding the boars because of the fishing holes. And Feudal is going to be coming in for Swish here. Alpo just started researching it. But economic units, we have 29 for Alpo and 23 for Swiz over here. So let's see. And immediately a couple of galleys being made from Red. Red just has added a second dock as well. So going to be 2 galleys out. They know exactly where Alpo's fish are. And so timing-wise, this could be really good. You can, this is after the latest patch, and you can garrison your fish if you want. There's still like a minimum range on the dock, so you can get inside of there and kind of deny them. I think the play might be just to get inside of the minimum range and just put your ships on stand ground and just kill the fishing ships as they come back if they do leave. That might be not a bad strategy. But then it puts you at risk of like demos and even just like a fire ship or something popping out, or a Hulk. Hulks do pretty good damage up close. And so he's moving forward, making a 3rd galley. Alpo is up to Feudal. They're not queuing any fishing, any galleys or anything. So they might want to just let these fish die. Maybe they feel like they've gotten enough use out of them. They're up about 300 res collected, so. Yeah, it looks like Alpo just is content to just let these die. Sometimes, if you're going to let your fish die, I think it's not always a bad strategy to just make, like, 1 or 2, like, fire ships, just to make sure that your opponent continues to produce, that they think that you're going to play water. A little psychological mind trick there, you know? Alpo is going up to Castle Age. So Alpo's going to be way faster to Castle Age than Swiz. I think it's Swish. Swish. Just use an S. What was wrong with an S? Yeah, and all of Alpo. I know in like a lot of the team games that I played on this, not winning water doesn't seem to matter that much. Alpo has a lot on stone. Alpo definitely wants to get a castle up. And they might be going straight Ratha. They're adding a second TC immediately. They're at 450 stone. They're getting the bow saw. Fishing holes are still pretty abundant. I mean, there's still a lot of fishing holes. Like, you don't need to build farms yet. And now you can see why Swiz went ahead and built their TC as early as possible, close to the shoreline, because they were going to play hard water, so they weren't worried about getting, you know, losing water and getting attacked. And Res Collected has swapped over about 200 high for Swiz right now. And Alpo putting up a castle. All these houses can get range pretty much, so that's kind of that's kind of crap. We're gonna have to rebuild 5 houses essentially, but to be fair, 1 castle does rebuild 5 houses. Horse collar coming in for Alpo. Alpo looks like they're gonna have the land economy, but Swiz definitely has the fishing. They haven't added any fish, which I think that they should at some point. If you win water, you think you want to add fish, make it worth your while. Castle Age coming in, or is in for both of them, I should say. And I think we're gonna see some Ratha coming out. Castle able to kill that fire. And yeah, we're going to see mass Ratha. Ratha are awesome units. I think they were nerfed not too long ago. I don't know about this last patch. I think something changed about them. I'm not sure. Lamechard, tell me in the comments if you know. But I thought something was changed about the Ratha recently. 10 attack on them. They have bonus against skirmishers. I don't know if that's in both their modes. So Ratha can act as a knight, and they can act as a archer. Or a cav archer, I guess. Oh, they got -1 pierce armor. Okay. So they used to have a 2 pierce armor, I guess. Now they have 1 pierce armor. So not as strong, but let's see what Swiz is making. Swiz is not making... they're making cav archers right now. So probably a good unit against the Ratha. They probably were thinking about that ahead of time. So the Ratha are moving forward. And I don't know if Alpo used their timing that well. They were pretty fast to Castle Age, but they're a little bit slower to this attack. They did get Bodkin Arrow, which is going to help the Ratha. Ratha, you have to get like all of the attack, like all the blacksmith upgrades, right? And they're in melee mode, so they're trying to get through here. And then the cav... Let's see how the cav archers deal with it. The cav archers should do pretty well against them. Especially with decent micro. But there's a lot of Ratha here. 8 Ratha. And he's keeping them in melee mode. And that's 1 Ratha down. Yeah, they're getting melted. They get melted by these cav archers, actually. And actually, Alpo, so he got the melee, the armor for the cavalry, but I think you actually need armor for the archers on Ratha, because they're not getting any added. They're 1+0, so I think he got the wrong one. And he got Bodkin, but he's using them in melee mode, so I think that's just a misunderstanding of these units from Alpo. And Thumbering coming in for Swiz. I like to see Ballistics come in before Thumbering, personally. I think Ballistics is the much better upgrade. Yeah, these Ratha are not getting any value at all. I think he killed maybe a villager or two during that, but lost like 8-10 Ratha. But a third TC going up for Alpo. Swiz has 3 TCs already up. Alpo is up on villagers. 75 villagers for Alpo. And Swiz didn't add any fish. I'm just surprised. Like, there's a lot of fish here. I mean, I guess he took a lot of them already. There's only about 600 left. You can always fish trap. And Alpo tried to get sneaky and go the other way. And Swiz either predicted it or also tried to get sneaky and go the other way. And yeah, this lack of armor on these is bad. Yeah, these Wrath are just getting destroyed by the Cav Archers. They have bonus against archers, and I wonder if that counts against the Ratha. They have +2 bonus against archers. This castle probably will go up, but this could be denied. If Swiss sees this, they're not seeing it. I don't know why players at any level don't use patrol. Like, just hit X instead of A. I don't understand it. It's such an easy, simple thing to remember to do. And I know some players do that on purpose. They want to get somewhere, but like, if you're not going to be watching them, just put them on patrol. Yeah, so these Cav Archers get +2 damage versus archers, right? That's the Japanese bonus. Versus ranged soldiers. Okay, so it's all ranged soldiers except for skirmishers. So I guess the Ratha count as ranged soldiers. And yeah, Alpo finally got the correct armor. So they're +1 armor now. They're 1+1. So that should make a difference. That should make a big difference, actually. Yes, these Cav Archers are doing 10 damage. Is what they have 10 attack right now against the Ratha. Yeah, so that's true. So the Ratha take extra damage from everybody. Anything that has a bonus gets a bonus against Ratha, basically. Sniping some farms. All right, the Cav Archers go down. More Cav Archers on the outside. Swiz definitely has a very good economy here. And Ballistics is in for Alpo, but I mean, based on what he's sticking with the Ratha, but I don't know if the Ratha are the best units. All right, the Wrath are moving forward. Cav Archers are kind of chilling at the base there. We have just an expansive castle here. The Wrath might be able to get some damage, though. It looks like Swiz is a little bit out of position. We do have Imp coming in, though, for him. And Ratha getting some damage here. But Imp is in, and we have scale armor coming in for Swiz, which makes me think he's gonna go. He's gonna go into Samurai out of this castle, I'm guessing, or at least make Samurai out of that castle. And these Ratha are just getting owned. I really want to see a different unit out of Alpo, but he seems really set on the Ratha. Like, I just think these units are just getting destroyed by the Japanese. I think that the Bengalis have other units they can be making. You know, they have great elephants, for instance. His economy's looking good, though. 113 vills to 91. Still just the first 3 fishing ships. I would love to see some fishing ships, but it is... The thing about fishing ships is they can get sniped. So, like, if you actually had a dock in the middle, you could maybe add some fish traps around that. Yeah, some skirmishers in with the Wrath. I just think just all Ratha is just not gonna work based on what I'm seeing. Like, the KD is just gonna be super high, I think, for Swiz out here. And there's some skirmishers being mixed in right now. Speak of the devil. Yeah, Ratha plus skirmishers could do really well. Like, Ratha in melee mode and skirmishers there to defend them. That could do really, really well. He already has the bodkin. He already has archer armor. And Alpo's on the attack here. Alpo is being very aggressive. It might be a matter of just Alpo's economy is better, and can just get work done. Alpo, I also like Alpo really expanded on this side. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Yeah, I mean, battle elephants for Bengalis could be really, really good. You know, do you want to tech into it now? I think stick with the Ratha plus the skirmisher mix. I think could work really well. And get some siege behind it. I think that Alpo can take this game easily. And they have the economy. They're up 30 villagers right now. 135 to 104. Forward castle. There's lots of resources on this map. Like, resources never seem to run out. He has 40,000 gold on the map. Man, these rather get melted, though. These skirmishers, if these skirmishers come over here, though, they should do a really good job against that. Chemistry coming in for Alpo as well. Yeah, I think the Ratha. Like, it's funny just watching these Ratha die. They're so expensive. And they're both in Imp right now, so a couple of trebuchets being made by Swiz. Nothing being made by Alpo. Oh, Swiz actually has cannon galleons here. That's actually kind of huge. I missed that he was making those. Those cannon galleons can at least range this castle. I don't think they can range these town centers, but that's why winning water early was pretty important, though. But they still have to defend on land, and that might be tricky. And what's their answer to these skirmishers? Because right now I'm just seeing cav archers, and they have some samurai. I'm not sure where the samurai are. They're chilling over here. So the samurai should do pretty well against those, but the Ratha would probably do pretty well against the samurais. So, in arrow mode, in archer mode. Yeah, I really like the way Alpo has expanded on this map. Like, he's all over the map right now. I mean, he's got here, here, here. Like, Alpo just likes building a lot of TCs all over the map. 147 villagers. Getting to the overboom situation, but some Ratha got snuck to the back there. These skirmishers are doing pretty well. The samurai will wreck these skirmishers though as soon as they get into them. No siege for Alpo, but Alpo has to kind of win this fight before they can make siege. They added 2 siege workshops here. Didn't make anything out of them. Not sure what the plan exactly was with this. These are gonna go down though. I think Alpo can just kind of back up a little bit though, and yeah, they can just build what they need to do over here. They have their 40 plus eco ahead, so like they have the resources where they should be able to just back up a little bit. So I mean, I think Alpo's economy can win this. They threw away a lot of Ratha. They're getting bracer. Like, they're being very stubborn. Armored elephants. Armored elephants are somewhere for Alpo. They're being made somewhere. I'm not sure where his siege workshop went because he lost the ones that were up here. And it looks like Swiz is kind of pushing on the box. Cannon Galleon can range this castle. If it does, that's a problem for Alpo. Cannon Galleon can range this castle. If it does, that's a problem for Alpo. And elephant archers for Alpo coming in. Elephant archers, they'll do good against the samurai, better than the Ratha for sure. I think that the cav archers, they still get the bonus against. Yeah, they'll still get the bonus against them. Guys, I think I would have liked to see battle elephants and skirmishers. I think that would have been the better mix, but going for the elephant archers. Like, against any other civ, I love the elephant archers, but samurai are cool looking. They changed. That's just the elite version. I don't remember them looking like that with the little flag things. That's cool. Let them go. Why are they wearing a flag on their back? It makes them kind of noticeable in battle, you know. And Alpo has a big army. The cav archers are like way over here, so they're not in position. Cav archers were the best ones to deal with these elephant archers. I think Alpo's gonna win this little battle over here, but let's see what actually happens. And yeah, Alpo wins that handily. The samurai didn't do too bad, like, given the numbers there. The samurai actually got 23 kills, but I think most of those were skirmishers. Now the cav archers show up. And let's see if the cav archers can hold this off. Because they have the bonus, but elephant archers are strong. They have a lot more to deal with than the Ratha. Yeah, 6 pierce armor on them, 300 HP. I think Alpo made a pretty good choice here with the skirmishers. And Alpo thinks that they won this push. That's why they're placing these buildings forward. But Swiz might be able to push this back. Let's see. Looks like Alpo's gonna win this. Yeah, Alpo won this battle here. Alpo actually managed to kill these gold villagers in that process. Swiz never brought them back. And Swiz is gonna have to make some sort of tough choices here. It has some samurai, has the cannon galleons. That's really it. And then skirmishers. Is samurai and skirmishers gonna be enough to deal with this? Maybe. I mean, it's a counter. You know, samurai did pretty well against the elephant archers, and they definitely will do well against the skirmishers. And the skirmishers should do well against both of those. So I mean, it's not a bad comp. I think the economy is really bad for Swiz right now though, and Alpo has just expanded so much of this map. Like he did such a good job of just constantly expanding. I think it's gonna be Alpo's game. I don't think I've ever played Alpo 1v1. I've never had the pleasure. Maybe once or twice. I mean, he would destroy me. I wouldn't. I wouldn't stand a chance. Alpo has 50 on gold. That's insane. That's a lot on gold. And samurai are coming in. Samurai might be able to snipe these trebs. I think it's just a matter of time though before Swiz just doesn't have anything. And Alpo is down 12 villagers. They might have deleted those 12 villagers actually. And samurai coming in. Alpo doesn't have the numbers. Just popped a bunch of elephant archers out. Elephant archers are pushing away the samurai. Samurai are like trying to regroup over here, I guess. I'm not sure what's going on. It looks like they're trying to regroup here. Yeah, I made a few videos of Alpo's games. One of them got pretty popular. It was him versus, I want to say, Krieger? I'm not sure. So I'm familiar with the Alpo play style. Yeah, he's very good on like an arena. I think arena's his strong suit. So he's trying to make some light cav here. They're getting pushed pretty hard on this side. They just have a couple of undefended trebs on this side that are actually pushing into like Alpo's economy, but his economy is so spread out now that I don't think it matters. Like, Swiz needs to defend here. And this is where the main fight is actually. And Alpo's gonna lose this battle. Alpo doesn't have that many units. He's making Ratha again. He hasn't learned his lesson. I think he's just making the Ratha to deal with these trebs. And if he's paying attention, he just needs to switch to melee mode. Swiz is sending them back. Swiz is actually kind of holding a little bit. I thought that he was gonna just kind of get rolled on this side. But Alpo does not have army. Thanks for the raid. So for all the raidees here, let me tell you what's happening. I'll give it a second. Make sure you're all in here. You should be. So basically, this is watching the Nomad tournament that was put on by SoloGhost, who's like one of the best controller players. This is the controller ladder or controller players, and It was a 1-weekend tournament. It ended yesterday, so it was just Saturday and Sunday. But there was about 30 or 40 players who played in it in 2 different divisions. And this is one of the higher ELO sets, so 1650 and above. And we had a 1650 and below bracket. And this is the higher bracket. So Alpo is playing as the Bengalis, and Swiz is playing as the Japanese. Swiz took game 1. This is all Nomad maps. It's a best of 5. So we're kind of doing a recap. So stick around if you wanna see some high-level controller player, control playing, I should say. And Alpo needs to regroup a little bit. I think Alpo needs to just kind of like build their army back here and just send it in, because I would love to. I know it's probably too late, but I would love to see him go into actual like elephants, like war elephants, instead of the archers, the elephant archers. Man, I can't speak. It's been a long day. Battle elephants is what I'm trying to say. I think that they would do really well, but he's really committed to these elephant archers. I think battle elephants would do much better against this comp. I guess the Japanese, I mean, he could go into halberdiers, but I think if you went into halberdiers, you still have your skirmishers to deal with it. Iron casting coming in from Alpo. He had 50 on gold for the longest time, and he's just getting iron casting now. But if Alpo holds this here, I think he pushes this back pretty well. Yeah, I just think that the trade, like the value that he's getting from the elephant archers against this many skirmishers is just so bad. I get it. Like when I play Bengalis, I just want a giant mass of elephant archers. But if your opponent is so committed to making skirmishers, you have to make something that can kill the skirmishers, and that's just where he's at. Swissfish has won water a long time ago, has made a bunch of cannon galleons. There's a handful of stables here, so maybe Alpo is thinking about it. He's getting the second armor for Cav right now, so maybe he's thinking about it. He's not making anything out of the stables yet, but he's definitely like prepped for it a little bit. I mean, if you're just going against skirmishers, you don't need to have elite. Like, you just have regular battle elephants. They should just wipe out all these skirmishers. But there is a lot of gold on this map, like 13k gold left. So this is kind of pushing on this side a little bit, though. Looks like he's not paying attention to the push, but he's sending units in to try to raid. Alpo's pretty exposed. Most important is where he's taking gold, which is mostly on this side. Yeah, I mean, Light Cav would be fine. Light Cav are coming out right now. Light Cav should do pretty well. I mean, just anything in front of these elephant archers to take the attention away from all these skirmishers. Although now that he's done it, though, there's halberdiers as well. But Alpo can micro. He can micro the Light Cav towards these and then let the elephant archers just handle the halberdier. That should be fine. Yeah, so I was pushing this back. He needs to now push into forward. The Siege Workshop, we just had Capped Ram get made. Capped Ram should do decently well, actually, from the Elephant Archers. Get the Capped Ram up in front. But kind of almost in a stalemate here. I feel like Alpo should win this. Has had the bigger economy for most of the game. But just for some reason just can't push past this point. Actually, the light cav just to raid, just put a point in the back, let him attack. Would be really, really nice. Ram's coming out. Ram v Elephant. I don't know if how much damage these Rams are doing to elephants, but they have 3 melee, I guess. So they're doing some damage. And we have 6 light cav in queue. Other than that, it's just the elephant archer. There's still some Ratha somewhere. The Ratha are on this side. I think that Alpo's just been making them to defend against these samurai raids. The castle should defend against the samurai raids as well. Man, I thought Alpo would have won this game a long time ago. Swiz has been really holding on pretty well here. And that castle, unfortunately, was placed a little too close to these cannon galleons. I think Alpo has pretty much out of range from all the cannon galleons as of now. All the buildings that were there have been taken. And some villagers moving forward over here. They might not know about this castle yet. There's still this relic. Let's see how much gold is left on the map. 7,000 gold. And yeah, he didn't know about that castle. I don't think Swiz saw him building that, though. He needs to get just like the biggest army possible and just make one big move. Still making light cav. Only 23 on gold now. He used to have more. Swiz has 5k gold in the bank. They clearly have relics. You can see the relic count going up. Alpo doesn't have any relics. 2,700 gold from Alpo. There's still, I think, like 1 or 2 relics on the map. There's one right here. There's one over here. If Alpo sees those, he could definitely go for them. And these halberdier look like they're just kind of on a scouting mission. And I think that Swiz was Vil fighting a little bit. That's what it looks like. Alpo just can't make this push. They're down to 115 villagers. I'm not sure if they've been deleting them or if they've just been slowly dying. But Alpo also needs to be aware of the cannon galleons and kind of hug the coast, or like the edge a little bit. Guard tower coming in for Swiz. And these villagers are trying to get a castle up on the side there. Which is a good castle if it goes up. That's pushing pretty well. Also gets on this gold that Swiz wants to get to. I think not having any relics is going to hurt Alpo, though. Even, you know, at some point the gold will run out or will at least get, like, very difficult to take. I don't think this castle's going to go up here. And a keep upgrade from Swiz. Japanese get bonuses for towers. They have Yasama, watchtower lines fire faster, which they already have researched. And Swiz is starting to hold here. The eco difference is actually getting to be in favor a bit of Swiz over here. Because as the gold runs out, like this gold mine, this is 1,800 gold. And there's only 4,000 on the map. So I'm not sure where the rest of it is. I don't think there's any on this side anymore. I mean, there's a couple of relics. I'm surprised Alpo hasn't noticed these relics. I'm not sure where the rest of the gold is. I don't really see it. I guess I could change the map. I'm not really sure how to do that. I'm not gonna worry about it. A lot of stables are up, though. Now some cav archers, skirmishers. I mean, cav archers and skirmishers are going to absolutely wreck these elephants. That's the problem with these elephant archers. And finally, battle elephants coming out. Okay, all right, this could be the moment. I don't know why, like, I just want to see what these battle elephants can do. There's only 3 of them. But they're making a beeline to these trebs. There are some halberdiers waiting, though. Got 1 treb down. If these trebs can get down, that would be pretty good. Yeah, the big thing is Alpo needs to get relics. Although, look at the Vil count, though. 95 to 79. So both these guys are kind of getting low on Vils. But the relic gold generation for Swiz is just so much. 3,000 plus, and he's floating 5k gold. Alpo has 0 on gold right now. Alpo's out of gold. I don't think there's any more gold on the map for him. And I don't think he has a plan once his gold runs out. There's still 2 relics that he could get. Swiz only has, I think, 3 relics. Yeah, he has 3 relics. But look how good these battle elephants were. I wish I could have told him earlier. But they have to regroup. I mean, these halberdiers will possibly do some damage on him. He should be able to kill him, but I don't know if that's even... No, that's not. That's a bad fight. That's a bad fight. You have no gold. You have no gold. You have no way of replacing them. There's a relic right in the middle of his base. Like, he's looking over here every time he looks at his army. There's a relic right there, and there's a relic right here. Stables on this side. Alpo's adding stables on the other side, trying to get there. This is just a war of attrition, though. I think Swiz having the gold is going to be huge. Yeah, I think Alpo has been playing great, had a great economy, but just really stubborn with the unit production. First it was the Ratha, then it was the Elephant Archers. And I mean, really, all he can make is like light cav and skirmishers right now. He's got 9 Elephant Archers in queue, but he's got no gold income. Researching Siege Elephant. By Siege Elephant, you need gold to make. See, the Siege Elephant upgrade is just food. And we have some Samurai on this side. And Swiz is pushing this side, which I really like for Swiz a lot. I think that's a very good move. This side's been kind of forgotten about. The only problem is if you push this side, that leaves you vulnerable over here. And the light cav can come in. Swiz doesn't have the extra villagers, doesn't have the extra food. I mean, they're floating 1,200 right now, I guess. So they do have the extra food. Sanctity coming in for Swiz. And I don't know if Alpo's going to be able to respond to this on this side. Like, he really does not have the units here. He has 500 gold now. I'm not sure if he unqueued some elephants, maybe. I didn't see any market events. But we have a nice little raid here. I mean, raiding can win this game for Alpo. But I don't think Alpo has an answer to this push. He's running his villagers. You know, the good thing for Alpo is he does have a lot of space to work with. This map also seems extra big for a 1v1, but maybe that's just me. And Alpo doesn't really have an answer for this. Yeah, Lamechar, I think you have a good point there. Don't tech into, you know, more gold units if you don't have relics. And I mean, I'm surprised Swiz hasn't taken this relic either, because this relic's been right in his face for most of the game. And the raids have been cleared up. The raids are fine. And we have siege elephants. Like, this could be a pretty tough push to stop right now because Swiz is focused over here and has a lot of units over here. But this is going right into Alpo's economy. I think Swiz is going to win this game right now. I don't see any reaction that's going to stop this. And unless Alpo's going to come in here and do more damage, it's almost going to be like a base trade. An hour 30 base trade. They're just base trading. All right, so Lightcav coming in. If Lightcav can maybe get some of the siege, they can stop this. Unfortunately, they're fighting the halberdiers. They're all going to die insanely fast. I think Swiz is gonna take this right now. Elephant archers going down. The siege elephants are going to go down. And yeah, Swiz is taking over this game. And they're at 200 pop. Yeah, this is going to be a GG. And there it is. There's a GG. Wow, what a game. What a freaking game. I mean, for Alpo, was in control of that game most of the time. I think just the lack of relics, like, honestly. Threw a lot of units away, a little stubborn. But really well played overall, though. I mean, he really can't fault him. He had the way better eco, like, really was set up. APM for Alpo 20 and 15 for Swiz. Those I know there's some computer players playing those. That's really fast for controller players. So not bad, not bad, not bad. I'm gonna get right into the next game. I want to get through this whole set, so give me a second. All right, so I'm going to put in 2 games for Swiz. Okay. This is game number 3. Swiz took both of the first games. This is on Stranded, which is a cool map. So this is on Stranding. Alpo's getting their TC up. They are playing as the Wu. Swiz is playing as the Malay. Malay, cool civ. It's cheaper to go to the next age. You get the infantry armor upgrades for free. Battle elephants are cheaper. Fish traps are cheaper. And they give you more food. They also get karambits, which are pretty awesome. And They can upgrade their docks to harbors. They have some pretty cool water bonuses. I think the infantry armor upgrades is one of the reasons why you want to play them on a map like this. The Woo, of course, they have every time you build a stable, a blacksmith, anything like that, or a dock, you get 55 wood, so really good water sieve because you're gonna build a dock every time. Infantry regeneration. Every age, you get a better infantry regen, so your infantry heals itself. And John Swordsmen are freaking awesome in Castle Age. Other than that, I think the Woo do really well in Castle Age and kind of drop off in Imperial Age. Even with like the infantry regen, you're kind of forced to play infantry with them. They don't really do a whole lot else. They do get traction trebs, which are pretty awesome. So let's see how this game plays out. The in win condition in this map, so winning water I think is kind of important actually. If not winning water, at least not losing all of your fishing ships. Like it's nice to keep your fishing ships. Whether that means like you're just defending your fishing ships or you're actually winning water, you know, can go either way. And then the middle of the map is this big hill. You can kind of sometimes place a town center, like maybe like right here you could place one, but mostly it's too hilly for town centers. You can get castles on it though. So whoever gets a castle kind of above their enemy usually does pretty well on Stranded. But taking over the middle is pretty important, and expanding to like the outside to get the different like gold and stone is also pretty important. Because it's all really on the outside. There's not usually any generates on the inside here. So you have to have your town centers sort of on these gold piles. So expansion is pretty important. In this matchup, Malay versus Woo, it really comes down to timings. If the Woo can get a good attack in Castle Age, they can do really well, especially with John Swordsman, especially with infantry. Malay, I think on water they would be a very good civ here, as far as like fishing goes. But I don't know if they necessarily would win water. They also changed the Woo careening and dry dock free. It used to be that you could like, what was it? You get it instantly, or it was like half price or something. Oh no, you get it one age earlier, I think it was. Now it's just you get it for free. So I think that the Woo are going to be a little bit better on water if they choose to have a water battle here. Also, is this a map with oysters? I don't think so. Some of the maps have oysters on them, which is kind of cool, like right on the shore. But I guess it's not this one. I thought it was this one. They do have, I think, whales. Right? Is that a whale? Beluga? Yeah, it's a whale. It has 1,000 gold on it. Is that a humpback or a sperm? I think it's a humpback. Nah, it can't be a humpback. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know my whales that well. I'm from Connecticut. Our state animal is a sperm whale. The Woo also build houses faster, which is kind of fun. So do their teammates. Which Swissfish needs to build a house because he was housed. He got it up. He had to build it with 2 villagers, though. If you're the Woo, you just build it with 1. You don't have to worry about it. Just as fast. Nice little board lore for Alpo here. I mean, these guys have to be kind of tired from that last set. Like, they have to be feeling like they don't want to play another one. But I don't know. Alpo plays a lot of games. Alpo has more than 10,000 games played. And that's on this account. He has like another account I think he used to play on. So maybe he has the stamina. I mean, I love this game too. I don't have the time to play that many games or the energy. I probably have casted. I have two different versions of this game. I have one on my Xbox that I play, and then I have one on my PC that is through Steam that I cast with. And the one on Steam, I only cast with it, and I have so many hours. I have like 500 plus hours in the last year. And that's just casting because I don't play on it ever. Like, it's literally just me watching people's games. Occasionally it's me watching my own games for videos and stuff. Oh, everyone who raided, watch my YouTube. Hold on. Let me put it in the chat. All these vids go up to YouTube eventually. All right, we have Feudal Age coming in for Alpo. So this looks like they're housed again. Oh, man. I think that last game wore them out, honestly, because they should not be getting housed this way. So we're looking at 35 population right now. I mean, I'm sorry, 29 population. 28 vills. How many of those are ships? 6 of those. So 22 vills, 6 ships. And Alpo's going out to look for Swiz. Swiz over here building a second dock. Definitely wants to play water. Alpo sticking with 1 dock. And Swiz won water last time. Alpo just gave it up. I don't know if giving up water... I think you want to fight a little bit for water. Depending on your timing. If you're first to Feudal Age, I think you definitely fight for it. If you're late to Feudal Age, I think you can decide whether it's worth it or not. Alpo not making anything to fight on water, though. So I'm thinking maybe he doesn't want to. Double Bidax coming in. A couple villagers fighting with some wild animals. Oh, we got a crocodile. And the villager is going to win the crocodile battle. It looks like. But it was a battle. She's going to have some scars from that one, I'll tell you. Yeah, and Alpo not making any fishing ships, not fighting for water. He's getting a blacksmith market up. Has the barracks up already. So I thought that they might want to make some militia here, but it looks like they're just trying to fast castle. They're trying to fast castle. Why make the blacksmith the barracks? Unless the barracks was one of their first buildings, I don't think it was, because they would have needed the gold, and they definitely wanted to build a lumber camp. So that I don't know. So it has the market and blacksmith, and is trying to buy their way up, actually. And neither one building anything to fight for water. This map is a little tricky because if you do fight for water, your docks are usually pretty far away. Alpo trying to just be annoying and block the fishing ships coming back. In the games I've casted, I haven't seen anyone really go for the whales, but in theory you could. And we have castle coming in for Swiz as well. I think we're going to see Jean Swordsman. The only reason you would build this barracks and fast castle is to build Jean Swordsman, I feel. And they can be really strong if the timing's right. Let's see if it's going to queue them up. Yep, the Jeans are coming out. There's one spearman that was sent forward, I think just to like scout mostly. So they got in a little bit of a fight, but probably with just like a crocodile or... I don't know what else is in the middle here. There's crocodiles, and I think that there's like Komodo dragons. There's a crocodile. Maybe it's just crocodiles. Maybe sometimes it's Komodo, sometimes it's crocodiles. And I think we're just going to see a spam of the Jeans. Jeans to the rescue. And the Jeans are they're gonna regenerate 15 HP per minute. They're getting he's getting squires right now. And they did nerf these a little bit. They took away a little bit of armor, I believe. Maybe Lame Char, if you're still here, you can tell me what they nerfed. And pikemen coming in. So a lot of times people want to go cav against the Jean swordsman. We have battle elephants here. So we have pikes coming in, or the pikeman upgrade, I should say, for Alpo. And Alpo's running away from these battle elephants. Does not want the battle elephants. The battle elephants are cheaper. That's what it is for the melee. And we're getting the first attack upgrade for these battle elephants as well. But I mean, a few pikes with the Jean swordsman should do pretty well against battle elephants. Speed-wise, I think they're probably not too far apart. 0.9 and 1.1. So the Jean swords are faster than the battle elephants. So are the pikes. And a second barracks just making pikemen for Alpo. So he's got one making pikemen, he's got the other one making pikemen. So it's just all pikemen coming out. He already has the Jean swordsman. But behind all this, we have 3 TCs for Swiz. And they're going man-at-arms. Man-at-arms is very good against what Alpo's making. So they should do pretty well. And these battle elephants will probably just die before they get any value. Villagers can garrison. The infantry should be able to catch up and kill them. I was trying to trap him in here. And, I mean, that's 4 dead battle elephants. And now we have to get a tech switch from Swiz. But he is up 50 villagers to 42. Or 50 to 42 villagers. 10 fishing ships and only 6 for Alpo. Still surprised neither one of them made, like, just make one fire galley and send it over. One Hulk and send it over. I think would go a long way in a game like this. Yeah, I think Alpo could live without 1 pikeman or 2 pikemen. Probably be okay. And Alpo did get a second TC up. They're adding farms around it. And that's a perfect position. You want to get it on that gold. I like that spot a lot better than what Swiz did. Swiz didn't put it on the gold. And the gold runs out, so... Like, these gold piles, they don't last that long. They don't last forever, you know? So you really do want to expand on them. But I think he was getting pressured a little bit with the Jeans at the time. You have some longswords. 5 longswords on defense. Longswords should be able to handle this. You just got to mass them up a little bit more. But, you know, 10 longswords or so would clear this up no problem. Like everything that Alpo's sending. Okay, look at the longswords are winning this battle. A couple villagers went down. I think actually 3 villagers went down. I'm not sure. Yeah, 3 villagers went down in that. But that was just a matter of not garrisoning, though. Like, sometimes, I know the high-level guys never want to do it, but sometimes you just got to ring that bell. You know? If you can't micro, like, you ring the bell, you save 3 villagers there. I get it. You don't want to have all your eco idle. I get it. I know why. I don't ring my bell unless... I mean, I pretty much never ring my bell, but sometimes maybe you should. And man arms for Alpo coming in. So the Wu cavalry, the Wu infantry will be better in the long run, or like as they heal up, they'll be better. But you gotta mass them up. Can't have just a couple. And Swiz going on the attack here. And these are all longswords. These longswords are going to cook, actually. A couple of Jean still in the mix. And Swiz very intelligently backs off. Decides that's not worth the fight. Hey, we got someone going for the whale. I don't know if this is just done automatically or if it was like actually positioned over there. But you can see it going up here. 17, 18, 19. That's pretty fast. Versus one of these guys. 6, 7, 8, 9. So like, yeah, like the fish has to, the fishing ship has to go back to the dock, but that's pretty good value. And yeah, I like this comp a lot better for Alpo. Alpo has a comp that can beat the battle elephants and can beat these longswords here. So these are not these are not +1, +2, +2, and these are +1, +2, +2. But these regenerate; those don't. That's the difference. And the pikes to take down the battle elephants. The battle elephants really can't do anything unless they somehow separate from the pack here. And this is a fight I think that Alpo wants to take. Yeah, Alpo won that fight, and now he's going to slowly regenerate all of these units that are injured. So if you just, like, don't take another fight with them, they'll just regenerate back to full. It doesn't take that long. A couple of minutes of not fighting, and they'll be back. Yeah, now Swiz is the one being stubborn with these units. Like, the battle elephants clearly are not going to work. And the battering ram for Alpo, full of longswords, it looks like. And Alpo with less eco, but they definitely have the army lead, and they're being aggressive with it, so good on them. And 3 TCs for Alpo behind this as well. And it looks like this TC is going to go down. I think Swiz is going to lose a few vills in the way. Yeah, the Wu can out infantry most civs. I'm not sure how many civs would beat the Wu infantry versus infantry. And one TC went down for Swiz over here, and second one is not going down, but it's pretty low. But a lot of idle eco for Swiz on defense here. And just more and more long swords coming in. I also have some pikes in queue for Alpo, just in case there's more battle elephants coming out. And a forward siege workshop for Alpo. So really good positioning for Alpo. There was another TC added on this gold. Back here, Alpo, I think, is on a 4th TC now. Yeah, they added a 4th TC. Still fishing. No one's challenged anyone for fish. Which I'm surprised. I mean, just like literally one warship. Just go kill your enemy's fish. Or make him make some ships while you're fighting on land. And yeah, the battle elephants are coming out. I just don't understand the point of these battle elephants. I mean, make some archers, make some skirmish, I just don't get the point of the battle elephants. They're so expensive and they die so fast. Donkey Mango Rush. Donkey. Is that the so they changed the missionaries where they can actually pick up relics now, right? They used to not be able to. So like they're just like better monks now. So I think you're onto something with that. GG, that's an Alpo victory. Check out the stats real quick. I mean, really well played by Alpo there. I think he stuck to the strategy really well. Swiz was definitely very stubborn with those battle elephants. Which stubbornness sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Didn't work there. 16 and 13 APM for these guys. 14 and 12 on eco. Let's get into the next game. All right, we are in it to win it. Let me change Swiz's color. Koreans on Nomad, and Alpo is going Goths on Nomad. I love Koreans in general. I love them on Nomad maps. TC going up right away for both of them, right on wood lines. Very well done. We have a dot going up right away for Alpo. We have a dot going up pretty much right away for Swiz. I like Koreans on Nomad for several reasons. I think that they get extra vision on their villagers. They get extra line of sight. So do their teammates, by the way. So they're really good in a team game on a Nomad. But I like them a lot for just the starting vision is really good. You can find, on a map like this, you can find a lot of hunt if you just kind of walk around a little bit, you know? These guys, again, I get it. I understand why they do it. I'm fine with it. But sometimes you walk around a little bit and get a slightly better location. You know, I don't think it's the end of the world to waste 10, 20 seconds to get better location. That's just me. That's just me. I'm not good at this game. But they actually had pretty good starting spots, both of them. So I completely understand why they went where they went. But if you do have to walk a little bit with the Koreans, you can really see the whole map pretty well. It's so funny to me when players mark the other player in a 1v1. Like, what is the point of that? You know? Like, what are you marking? Like, I mean, a flare, not like marking for yourself, but like literally throwing a flare to the other team. So they can see it. They both know where each other is. So I'll take the fog of war off. They've already ruined the fun of finding each other early. But anyway, Koreans, I think, are really good because of their line of sight for one reason. Their tower rushes with their towers automatically upgrading every age is really good, really solid. Can't be mad about that. And then I think that they have one of the best fast castle unique unit that you can make in the War Wagon. War Wagons are extremely strong. I mean, they're vulnerable to certain things, but I think timing-wise, if you get them out early, you can overwhelm your opponent, and they can do really, really well. So I think that Koreans I like a lot. Now Goths, on the other hand, and Koreans also just like they get discounts on their trash units basically, except for scouts. They get this on skirms and spears, so they're really good defensively if you come at them with archers or if you come at them with cavalry. Like they can defend it pretty well. So I really like that a lot for them. And their archer armor for free is really solid too. Really solid. Also, I didn't mention it, but they're fire lancers, right? They have am I missing something? Archer. Oh, this was it. Yeah. They added this here so that the fire lancers and the rocket carts, they get +1 range and they fire additional projectiles, which is very nice. So they have great towers. They have great like defensive response units, if you will. So I really like them a lot. Goths, I think, are like notoriously one of the better Nomad civs. Why is this? What's going on here? It's only one villager. Oh, these guys, huh? I think Alpo fell asleep here for a second. He got housed, didn't realize his villagers were inside, not working. I don't know. It's been a long set for him. It's been a long set for me, so I get it. Now the Goths, so you get instant loom. You can carry more hunting. So like lots of times when you're hunting on this map, you're doing it from a distance. It just happens to be that way sometimes. And the hunted animals last 20% longer, which is very, very good. There's a lot of hunt on this map. And the cheap infantry and the infantry attack versus buildings is very solid. The only reason I think I like the Goths in this matchup is because Koreans lots of times want to go into archers or war wagons, something like that. And I think that the Huskarl should do really well against that. However, the Koreans, they can go into rocket carts or fire lancers really, really well now. So I think that maybe they have a few more options. You usually don't go cav with Koreans. It's kind of not the best. I mean, I'm not sure what they're missing. They get Hussar. They can get Cavalier. They're missing the last attack and the last armor upgrades on their cav. And they're missing Bloodlines. So, you know, probably one of the bottom 25% of cav in the game. Imho. But, you know, they can do everything else pretty well. 6 fishing ships for Swiz out there. We have 4 with a 5th on the way for Alpo. That's what I'm talking about when you're taking the hunt from a little farther away. Like, it just happens that way often. So the Goths should do a little bit better in regards to that. Like, same thing with this. Like, just being a little farther away. You can carry a little bit more, be a little bit more efficient, last a little bit longer. Goths should do pretty well. But good start for both of them. You know, a little bit of idle TC, but not the end of the world. Yeah, Limchar, I kind of agree with you. I think Huskarls can be really annoying. And, you know, Cav, probably a good way to do it. I think rocket carts should do pretty well against them. You can get champion as Koreans. So they are missing the last attack on them. But other than that, they're pretty fully upgraded. I do like Huskarls. I like any unique unit that has like the option to build it out of like the barracks or the stable or whatever. Like Huskarls are like that, and what's the other one? Tarkans are like that. And there might be like 1 or 2 others that are like that. I kind of just like that, you know, that mechanic, I guess. And feudal coming in for both of them. So this is going to be a little bit faster to it. But it's only at 20 villagers. Alpo's at 24. It's a pretty big difference in vill count, actually. But Swiz does have more fish, though. 6... Well, no, 6-6 now. They had more fish earlier. Yeah, hand cannoneers. I mean, hand cannoneers, probably not, like, necessary. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I don't know if hand cannoneers, like, deal with Huskarls that well, but I suppose that they would as long as you had something in front of them. And, you know, Scorpions obviously do pretty well. Alright, so both are up to feudal. Looks like they're both just trying to get the castle age. Not going to be any feudal action going on. I thought maybe we might see some towers or something, but I think it's just too easy to fast castle on this that you don't want to... You don't want to have your enemy fast castle and then you're stuck in feudal age because you built too much army. Market Blacksmith up for Alpo. Market Blacksmith almost up for Swiz. And Alpo's going to be up just slightly earlier. Thanks for the follow. I see that. Yeah, Alpo's going to be up about 30 seconds earlier or so, 40 seconds earlier. Swiz is on Big Stone. Alpo is not on Stone, actually. That's kind of surprising. I guess Alpo is just going to try to make something out of the barracks in Castle Age. Yeah, militia and pikes being made. Pikes are an interesting choice. They haven't seen a stable, so I'm not sure why you'd want to make pikes yet. Oh, they might actually delay this this barracks a little bit. I guess the pike was there just in case there was a scout out. But now Alpo has some units, so getting like a castle drop is going to be really, really tough for Swiz. Swiz is going to have to figure something out. And we're going to have a castle for Alpo. I never saw Alpo on stone. Did they just buy the stone? What the heck? Hang on. I just want to go back real quick. Just give me a second. Alpo has 200 stone. 200 stone. 242. Where are they taking stone from? Oh, they got a bunch of villagers out here. What the? They have stone next to their base, so they walked villagers all the way over to here, right at this moment. Very interesting. Okay. All right. That changes everything. So we got a castle drop coming in from Alpo, and Swiz has enough for a castle? Are they going to place a castle to defend this? What's their plan here? They're placing a defensive castle. They're going a little bit farther out. I guess that they sent them to gold over here. Alpo sent them to gold because they didn't want to go to this gold, obviously. Very interesting. Okay. I mean, it's smart. I just didn't notice it at the time. We have fletching coming in for Swiz. We have the first lumber upgrade. Immediate siege, so he's probably going to get some rams out to try to deal with that castle. And Huskarls are coming out. Huskarls should do pretty darn well. Huskarl has 10 attack and 6 pierce armor, so pretty tough unit. And I want to see the castle and the Huskarls coming out. You probably don't want to build war wagons. Like war wagons are not the answer, for sure. But we do have a war wagon in queue, so we'll see. Let's see what happens here. And this TC is gonna go down. It's already about half HP. And the Siege Workshop's up. Let's see how well the War Wagons are going to do against these Huskarls. And Bodkin coming in. I mean, I think that they can handle a few of them, but I think once you get a big mass of these Huskarls, the War Wagons are going to have a real problem. And Huskarls are much cheaper than a War Wagon. War Wagons are expensive. They're like 100 wood and like 60 gold, I think. And the TC is going to go up. We have a second TC on the way up for Alpo. And Swiz is going to be stuck on one TC. They're getting some Scorpions out. I like the move on Scorpions because I don't think Rams are going to be able to work when Huskarls are being made. Huskarls can just kill the Rams pretty quickly. And another game where no one's building anything to try to win water. I think you always want to build at least like one, just send one ship minimum, just to see if you can kill their fish and, you know, not lose yours and get them to overinvest maybe. So we have 4 Huskarls being massed up in this castle right now. We have some war wagons on the way, more and more. There's already 2 out there. There's 4 coming. Or there's 2 out there, 2 more coming. Scorpions on defense. And a siege workshop for Alpo. And then we've got another castle coming forward for Alpo. Very aggressive. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, Switch can see this, so... This is very easily going to get denied. Ah, okay. He got in position. I thought he was just going to run right past the villagers there. And yeah, the castle's denied. Sending 3 villagers to build that so far forward, I think, is just... It was just too much. It was too much. It was asking too much from your puny little villagers. And sending them before not having the Huskarls there to defend it too is tricky. But these guys are gaming here. This is a winner go home for Alpo. It's a best of 5. So if you lose this, you go home. And behind this, Swiz did add a little bit of fishing. Also built some docks that are making it a little bit more efficient. Whereas Alpo did not. So if you look at Res Collect, Swiz is actually up a little bit. Even though they're only on 1 TC versus 2 TCs right now for Alpo. Alpo's building a 3rd TC. And the War Wagons are underneath it. And the War Wagons get pushed out, so... What's up, Bureau? Check all. So yeah, they scouted actually. Alpo has a fishing ship over here still scouting, but they neither one built anything to fight on water, which I think is a big mistake for both of them. War wagons getting in the back of Alpo's eco. Alpo's down 2 vills. Yeah, they had a couple maps where they played in this Nomad tournament where they didn't really fight on the water. It's very peaceful. And Alpo has another castle he has to delete the foundation of. So this is really getting pretty well. Like they're making it very difficult for Alpo to do anything, and they're just running these war wagons around. The Huskarls should do pretty decent against these war wagons. They just need to kind of get in there. They're speedy. They have high pierce armor. Some of these war wagons are actually pretty weak. And a second TC coming up for Swiz right now. And Alpo, despite having the extra TCs, is very far behind on, not very far, but behind on villagers and behind on res collected. If you look at the idle TC, they have a lot of idle TC time. And Alpo he really wants this forward castle, and it's just not going to happen. Maybe you can sneak it down this side. You got to send more vills than 2 or 3. This is the 3rd castle foundation I think is going to have to get deleted. Maybe not. Let's see. 10 villagers coming. That's how you got to do it. There's 2 here, so there's 12 villagers building it. But I don't know if that's enough. Scorpion's coming over. Swiz sees this. He can deny it, but he has to react to it. Doesn't look like he's going to react to it fast enough. Let's see. It's at 45%. At this point, you probably don't want to send your army to try to deny it. Imp is coming in for Swiz, though, on 2 TCs now, but it was 1. And this castle's up. That castle's up, and we have some rams coming in, too. And I think these Huskarls, wherever they are, there's only 1. They all died trying to defend that castle. But the castle's up. And another town center for Alpo. Alpo really likes these town centers. I have been idling them a lot, but has a lot of them. There is a Discord. I can send a link. This is from the Age of Controller Discord. So this is a controller-only tournament. I have a Discord that I do a controller league as well. Yeah, these are controller players. This is the high elo controller players. These are actually some of the better controller players out there. There's also another Discord, I don't know if you know about it, it's called Age of Noobs. They do different leagues like low and mid elo leagues. I think the mid elo might be like 1500 PC or so. I'm not sure if they do any high elo tournaments. But these players on PC can get to be around, I want to say like 1400. The best controller player ever on PC is like 2K. So, I mean, pretty hell of a players. The big thing that holds controller players back is just speed. Just the APM can never get past, like, in the low, mid, high 20s. And Imp is in. We have some trebs being made for Swiz over here. He's adding another castle. Alpo doesn't look like they're very close to Imp. And part of it, honestly, is the fishing. taking shorefish. Like a lot better fishing economy from Swiz over here. And the trebs are trebbing. I think Alpo is trying to kind of fight in Castle Age here. I don't really see a way that they're going to get to Imp anytime soon. And Rams can do pretty well. It's just the Scorpions have a bonus against the Rams. I don't think that War Wagons have a bonus against Rams. They do not. Let's see if they can get this castle down, though. If they can, that'll be huge for Alpo, but I don't know if this is going to go down. Let's see. Maybe. It's at 1,200. The Scorpions are kind of out of position, so yeah, this is going to go down. That's actually huge for Alpo. And they're holding up their castle. Let's see if they can get these trebs down. But behind this, Swiz is getting a lot of the Imperial Age upgrades. Like getting chemistry right now. This treb is at 7 health. Is it gonna survive? It survived. It survived. And the Huskarls are streaming in. I think if Alpo wants to win this, they're gonna have to just go all in, stay in Castle Age, just send in all of their infantry spam. That's what they're gonna have to do. They're on stone still, so they can get another castle forward. They need to mass up this infantry a little bit more before sending it in. They're just trying to trickle them in right now. Also, they're making pikes and not enough Huskarls. But yeah, Swiz is getting Bracer. Already has chemistry, has ballistics. The Koreans already get all the defensive upgrades. These are basically fully upgraded. Forward castle coming in from Swiz. Swiz took down this castle. They're going for the next one. Alpo is building another castle. I don't know if they're making... If they ever got the tech to make out of the barracks, the Huskarls. Huskarls really are the unit that they want to make. No, they never got it. And the Vil count's even, but economy's better for Swiz. All the upgrades are in for Swiz. We are getting the ability to make Huskarls out of barracks. So he will be able to continue with the Huskarl production even if these castles go down. Which is huge. I think that he's going to need a lot of Huskarls if he wants to win this. I like the ram play, though. Throw the infantry in the ram. Go after some things. And Alpo's staying very aggressive in Castle Age. Alpo actually has taken a lot of this map over. Let me scroll out real quick. This is all Alpo right here. So Alpo has really kind of forced Swiz back a little bit. Like both of these golds are kind of just like neutral. No one can take them. This is a lot of gold, but a lot of villagers are very inefficient trying to take that gold. That's all of Swiz's gold right there. And this castle's going down. The Huskarls and the pikes are coming out. And it's actually a pretty good trade for Alpo. And Alpo keeps the Rams alive, has some Huskarls running around. That's very frustrating if you're Swiz. And I'm not sure what other unit he would want to make. And I think he's on the right units. And that castle goes down. We have more Rams coming out on this side. There's one Huskarl on the field. There's one, but there's 7 Rams. And Alpo is moving forward with the Rams. Alpo is not hesitating. Another castle coming up here. And I don't think Alpo's ever getting to Imperial Age. If Alpo's going to win this game, I think it's going to be in Castle Age for him. So this has a decent army, but not the biggest. Does have 4 Trebs, though. So these Trebs should be able to push into Alpo pretty hard. Alpo doesn't really have a solution for that. Alpo might be able to take down a couple buildings over here, but these Rams are ultimately going to die without more units there. And he only has these 2 barracks. Are there any more barracks? So he has those 2 barracks and these 2 castles. Yeah, Wheelbarrow came in for Alpo. Alpo is sometimes pretty late to a lot of the ecotechs I've noticed from watching these games. And once Elite War Wagon comes in, that's gonna be tough. Once Elite War Wagon comes in, these War Wagons are as upgraded as they can possibly be. I mean, Bracer, Chemistry, Ballistics, like everything. And I'm really curious to see if there's anything Alpo can do. I don't think so. There's just not enough production buildings is actually Alpo's limitation right now. Even if the units, even if he had the resources, has 107 vills, like doesn't have a bad economy, but just doesn't have the barracks. Needs to like get a whole bunch up, which they're getting a bunch up over here. So Elite War Wagon came in. These go up. Hang on, I just want to double check something real quick. If I go back to War Wagon, is 9 + 4, 150 HP, and 0 and 2. And here it's 0 + 3, so it's 0 and 4, and then 58 more HP. So it's 2 more Pierce Armor and 50 more HP is what the War Wagons get when they go Elite. And they might get some extra bonus damage. Maybe the buildings. I'm not sure. And the barracks are up here. We got some Huskarls getting masked up, but I think Swiz is gonna just push right into Alpo. Though I don't know how Alpo is gonna be able to recover from this. Just too many War Wagons. Too many Scorpions, or just enough Scorpions, Trebs. Maybe Huskarls can raid a bit with those, not Huskarls, Alpo. Alpo can raid with the Huskarls. And maybe cause a reaction, but I think this push from Swiz is gonna be it. It's gonna be the Hammer, Nail, Coffin. I should have said that for later. Wait, ignore that. And foraging coming in from Swiz. I'm not sure what Swiz is thinking about making with foraging. They have some bombard cannons out there as well, moving forward. Yeah, the foraging is just an interesting tech. 2-man saw coming in for Swiz as well. And we have 27 Huskarls. 27 Huskarls could do some work, but will you have much of an economy left? This castle's going down. These 2 TCs are going down. This TC is going to get pushed into in a second. All your villagers are over here farming. Okay, the Huskarls are moving in. Oh, Elite Fire Lancer. Swiz is teching into Elite Fire Lancer. That's a Just a surplus of wealth. I think that a lot of these war wagons just haven't died. He's just had them for a long time. And let's see, the Huskarls might be able to get some damage here. Sup, Grathring viewers? Nice to see you again. I'll tell Grath the the check is in the mail, okay? I appreciate it. This is a controller Nomad tournament. This is actually game 5 of a set that was played this weekend, and I'm recasting a lot of the games that weren't able to be cast live. This was a round 1 game. Really good set. Swizfish and Alpo, and it's 2-1 Swizfish, and he is in pretty good control of this game. Alpo is trying to get back in. He's raiding with some Huskarls here. But I don't think this raid's gonna be enough. These are just too powerful at this point. This late game here. An abundance of resources for Swiz, but he is, a little lower on villagers still somehow. I don't think it matters though. Alpo just doesn't have any army. Has a handful of Huskarls up here. Making another town center over here. There's a lot of war wagons are so beautiful. I love that they like changed the skins on the war wagons and like all the elite units they changed them. I mean, these are just menacing looking, especially in the red. And Alpo calls it GG. That is the victory for the old Swizerino. I'll check out some stats real quick. I'm curious the APMs on those war wagons. So there's a decent amount of micro going on. And Alpo 14-12 for Swiz, not bad. Grath should do a 1v1 versus some of the controller players. So I think Grath's elo is like respectable to what like the best controller players are. Actually, be a really cool, little thing. Okay, I was gonna take a short break, and I think I'm going to cast another set, hopefully a slightly shorter one, because I don't want to be up all night. But that's going to go on my YouTube. If you didn't see it earlier, go ahead and follow my YouTube, guys. That'd be great. I put great games on. I sometimes put great information. Let's see. What looks like a shortish set. The El Macho Buttweiser set is pretty short, but I don't have the third game of it though. I think I'll go ahead and do that one real quick. Let's see. I have the third game of it, but it's 2 minutes long, and I don't know why. I'm just gonna jeez. So I need a break. Let this get set up for 1 second here. Give me one moment though. I'm gonna stop recording that. Give me like 2 minutes. All right, I am back. I am ready to cast. I'm gonna put up a little Discord link-a-dink. In the Discord link-a-dink. Give me one sec. A sec. That sounds weird. Oh, it's gonna be so Snuggly Puffs, all aka Buttweiser, and Elmo. All right, let's do it. Yeah, Elmo is very solid. All right, let me just get into the cast thing. So this is actually the low elo. And this is, I believe, let me just double check what round this is. This is round 1. Okay. This is round 1. I'm changing this to Buttweiser, because that's how he likes to be called. Thanks for the follow. Really? I would like you to follow my my YouTube. It would be more better. But I like you follow me here too. Buttweiser is 1230, 1293. And Elmochi is pretty high. 1617 is his current elo. All right, Buttweiser, Elmochi, Lithuanians, Italians. I think we are ready. I'm going to record this for YouTube Prosperity. All right, welcome to the party. We have Snuggly Puffs, a.k.a. Buttweiser, playing as the Lithuanians, and they're going up against El Mochicrack, who I believe is Mexican, and they are playing as the Italians. Buttweiser, where are you going? Out of curiosity. You can see land here. Oh, this is wild. I don't know what's happening. So typically, you don't do that. Typically, you land here and you build kind of immediately, which is what El Mochi's doing. Buttweiser is... So let's just put it this way. Buttweiser is the severe underdog, okay? And they probably are trying to do something a little off brand, or on brand, but off the normal way of playing. I don't know what's going on. So AE 10626 up. This is a controller tournament. People who play on controller, who play on console. And there's a high bracket and a low bracket. This is the low bracket, which is 1650 elo and below. This is the wildest thing I think I've ever seen from anyone ever doing anything. Buttweiser's not building their town center. They are instead chasing their opponent's transport ship with their transport ship. Now they've gotten their villagers off of the boat, and meanwhile this town center is up. I guess, okay, you can't have idle TC time if you don't have a TC, which I think is what Buttweiser's thinking. I'm not sure. I'm curious if this is just going to be like a TC drop with the Lithuanians. Okay. I'm actually like not sure what to say about what I'm seeing right now. I'm honestly not sure what to think. about this strategy. It looks like it's going to be a TC drop. Or maybe not a TC drop, just a TC. Very close to your opponent. I'm at such a loss. Oh. I don't know what to say. Ballad and Hamlin, this would be the worst TC drop of all time. Yes, it would. Also, Hamlin is the name of a mini musical I made about about the Pied Piper of Hamelin. So you remind me of that. Now I'm very happy because I'm very happy about that. So we have a barracks going up. So then we're going to see some kind of Dark Age rush going on. Again, no idle TC time for Budweiser though. So that's a play. That's a play. Now we have more of a standard play from Elmo. Elmo is building a dock now. They got a boar. They have some herdables. They're scouting a little bit with their transport ship. A couple of herdables that Budweiser did not take. So, yeah. Hang on, I got side. Even though this game's gonna be awesome, sidebar. Ballad and Hamelin. So, yeah, it's an amazing story. It's an amazing story. The Pied Piper of Hamelin. There's a play called Katorian. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but that's where I got the idea from. If you haven't seen it, you have to read it. So we have militia. I think it's called Katorian. I don't know if it's the character's name or not. And that's amazing. I think Jeff Goldblum was in the play, but they tell stories. Someone got Katorian is like K. It's like Kataurin. But basically, what happened is they live in this totalitarian state, and someone gets arrested for like a murder. They're just gonna kill this guy basically because it's a totalitarian state, and he gets arrested for murder, and they're like interviewing him, and they arrested him because he wrote all these children's stories of it's called The Pillow Man. It's called The Pillow Man. That's the name of it, The Pillow Man. And he wrote all these. His name is Katorian, and he wrote all these stories about like children's stories, but they're all like really dark and people getting killed and people getting their toes cut off and stuff. And one of the stories is about the Pied Piper of Hamelin, and that's where I got the idea from. All right, so we have 3 militia out. I mean, Budweiser is actually somehow got a boar behind all of this. They're going for the dock. Now, I don't know if militia get much bonuses in Dark Age. They don't get any building bonus. This actually would be a better play maybe from like the Incas, because the Incas could make the Champion Warriors. And Elmochi is blocking in and is trying to kill. Didn't lock the gate though. Looks like they locked it now. Yeah, it's locked now. So really good play from Elmochi actually. That's really, really well done. I mean, that's a clip right there if I ever saw one. Well done by Elmochi. Killed the entire army for Budweiser. Budweiser did make one more. And Budweiser quit. I have no words. All right, G to the G. I guess I'll look at the statistics real quick. Why not? It's 28 APM for Budweiser. Pretty solid. All right, let's get into game 2. Let's give that win to El Mochi. And let's see what game 2 has in store for us. What am I watching? Replays. We want El Mochi and Snuggly game 2. I don't know what his plan was that game. I do not envision myself as being in the brain of Snuggly Puffs. slash Buttweiser. That is just not something I can fathom. So Buttweiser playing a little more standard here. This is on regular Nomad. They're building on a tree line, pretty solid. We have Elmochi. They are building on a wood line and also a stone mine. So, I mean, that's pretty solid. Start for both of them. A little more typical compared to the last game. All right, so Buttweiser is getting up at docks. This is much more standard Nomad play. Actually, Elmochi is the one going off the Nomad meta here. They're not building a dock right away. And well, they do have a Hunnic horse, so that should like make up for some of this. This is their vision. I want to just see like if these guys have any idea. Buttweiser does not. I got a feeling Elmochi might go ahead and find Buttweiser in a moment. It looks like it. So, I mean, I think Buttweiser's playing that last game with the TC dropping building militia. Could have worked if you just built the TC on your side. Like, I don't think you need to be near the other player. Maybe there was, like, in their mind, they thought something else was going to work. I don't know. And Elmochi is very close to Buttweiser's TC. Probably doesn't realize it. This is what Buttweiser sees. Buttweiser's not, not going to get any vision really. Wow, Elmochi's going like a beeline to this TC. Maybe they had some. Oh, yeah. So they should be able to see like the TC range. Right, because there's still like a treaty, or no, it should be over right now, right? 440. They might not have seen that actually, because you can't really see the TC there, so they might have just barely missed it. Well, that's the dock actually, so they definitely didn't see the dock range, but the TC range would have been gone anyway. So they may or may not have an idea of where they are. I'm guessing not, because they probably would be circling it. They might now, though, because they just lost a chicken. So if they notice that chicken was gone, then they'll know exactly where that TC is. Elmochi still hasn't built a dock. They sent a villager over here. And they're going to build a dock, it looks like, up here. I mean, better late than never, but like Buttweiser already has two fishing ships out and building a third one. So I'm going to take, they're going to find each other eventually. I'm going to take the Fog of War off for now. Elmochi with a pretty good start, besides the late dock. Elmochi is the higher elo by a lot, 1617 versus 1293. So Elmochi has the advantage, but Buttweiser in this game is doing pretty well. The big difference is idle TC though, 1:16 for Buttweiser, even though you have the extra fishing. It's a lot of idle TC time. You don't want that much. And that's why they're only up 1 eco versus Elmochi. Elmochi's still looking around. Hasn't actually found the like their opponent yet.
Hey.
4 on wood for Buttweiser. We have a lot more. 7 on wood. 8 on wood. 9 on wood for Elmo. We're just trying to catch up in the wood department. But they have their fishing ships out now. They have 3 ships out now. Buttweiser stopped at 4. And Buttweiser's moving forward. Let's see what the plan is here. Playing as the Bengalis, by the way. And Elmo. Wow, that's actually perfect. Like Elmo just missed those those villagers. And we have a bell ring. Okay, so we have a bell ring to kill the hunting horse, which it worked. Bell rung, horse dead. So nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Chief Boy, I don't know if you watched the beginning of the last game, but Buttweiser was in their boat for a extended period of time for some reason. Like they were in the boat for like Elmochi built their entire town center and had like 2 villagers made before Buttweiser got out of their boat. They were just going around and around and around. And a lot going on gold for Elmochi. 9 going on gold. So that's an interesting start there. I'm not sure why you'd send that many on gold unless you wanted to go like archers or you wanted to go man-at-arms. Or I guess just fast castle, but like typically you want a fast castle on this map. But I don't know if that's what they're going for because they only have 50 gold, so maybe they feel like they need to put a whole bunch on gold to try to get to 200 real quick. But they're building a barracks, so makes you think that maybe they're going to try to play Feudal Age here. Let's see. It's definitely a weird build. I think Elmochi might not be as comfortable or like as familiar with like a 1v1 Nomad as some of the other maps because they're a very solid player, but this seems just like kind of a wild, a bizarre start, I would say. And a barracks coming up for Buttweiser. These guys are very close together now. They both moved like way forward. Hang on, I gotta see what the other each player sees. So this is what blue sees. That's what Elmochi sees, and this is what red sees. So neither one knows that they're doing like the same thing next to each other. That's really funny. Spears being made by Buttweiser. Okay, I was thinking that I was going to see some militia coming out for Buttweiser. And we do have archers. Okay. Archers and fletching coming out. So Buttweiser's massing up the spears. Has 3 of them. Or 2 of them with 1 more on the way. And a second archery range coming up. So Elmochi really wants to play Feudal Age here. They're massing up archers hard. Neither one playing water. No warships being made. And Elmochi just made 1 spear to kind of scout a little bit, and Buttweiser showing their hand with 3 spears, chasing that spear around. That spear found that gold pile, which is actually kind of huge. This is all exposed to archers as well. Market going up for Buttweiser. So Buttweiser might try to buy their way up. I mean, they have enough actually, like, on their resources. They have enough fishing ships. They can get some more food income in here. And Loom coming in for Budweiser. And 7 archers and 9 more in queue for Elmochi. Elmochi is going to play full archers in Feudal Age. Like, they are not even thinking about Castle Age right now. And they sent the one spear to scout around the whole map. And they're still building fishing ships, actually. 10 fishing ships. They were late to make them, but now that they got them, they're making them hard. And 1 build down. Good reaction for Budweiser. And actually, good... I don't know if it was on purpose, but good job building these buildings to have space. Skirmishers being massed up. The skirmishers are coming right out of the archery range. But these archers are actually, like, targeting something else. And Budweiser, what are you doing? Oh, that's funny. So I thought we were gonna get a game here, but I mean, Budweiser didn't wanna play it out, and I guess it was just too much army going on for Elmochi for him. All right, let's see the last game. The last game, I don't know. I thought it was. What the heck am I watching? I thought it was something wrong with it because it's only a couple minutes long, but maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Let's find out. So this is on Mountain Pass. Let's just see what happens. I think it's like I don't know what happens here. The game just isn't that long of a game, and I don't know why it wouldn't be that long of a game. But after watching the first two, I think there might be a reason. I don't know. Let's see. Elmochi is building a TC over here, and Budweiser is not building anything. I'm going to give that game to Elmochi, that last one. So it's 2-0. These villagers are standing around. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if this is like they restarted the game or what, but there's no other rec. This is the only rec that's available for this. So I apologize, but we might not have a satisfying finish to this. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Budweiser just quit, I guess. So G to the G, Elmo moves on. I don't know if I want to start another set or not. Hold on one second. All right, so I just recorded that, so that's a game. I do have some other games here. Hold on. So I have Elmo Audio. I have Ice Raggz. I have Sharky and Phil. Those are kind of long. Sharky and Sammy. Those are kind of long. And then I have Skully and Billie. Those are kind of long. I think I'm going to take a break. I think I'm going to hop off for now and either hop on later tonight for another set or just tomorrow morning or something. Yeah, I don't know. Solo, I don't know if there's another, like, wreck. I don't know what happened on that last one, because that's the only wreck that's there. And I think maybe Budweiser just quit. I don't know. Yeah, you're welcome, dude. You're very welcome. The other sets seem really fun. Like, I have Sharky, Cool Phil. I have Sammy, Sharky. That's cool. Those guys are both in the CCL, so that's kind of cool to see. Elmochi and Audio, that should be a good set. Elmochi and Snuggly, we already did. Billie and Skully will be good. Ice and Raggz will be good. Like, these are all good sets. This is going to take a while. They're going to be, 2-3 hour sets, I'm sure. But yeah, let me hop off. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for being here. For being queer. I appreciate it. Let me. All right, let me take one ad break, get my money, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.